And now, boys and girls, it's time for the further adventures of Big John and Sparkie. Today's chapter is entitled, Boy, What a Sandwich. Well, we finally found Yuki Butcher. Of course, he hasn't regained his memory, so he doesn't know who we are. But Mrs. Saxbull, the rich lady who was his benefactress, the lady he rescued from the fire, had taken Yuki, and he was spending time at her vacation home on an island in Lake Michigan. Oh, by the way, you know that Mrs. Saxbull has adopted Yuki, or Eugene as she calls him. Come join us now.
Boy, how about that? Yuki doesn't even know it.
Now, listen here, Yuki Butcher. Don't you, my dear man, me. You don't have to act so high and mighty to me. Why, I knew you when you didn't have a... please, my dear fellow, please don't put your face up so close to mine when you speak to me. Now I shall have to spray my throat. Germs, don't you know? Well, now, if this doesn't take the cake. I don't mind high-class germs. It's those lower-class germs I cannot tolerate. Oh, Mother, I shall retire to my room to spray my throat. Do see to it that this cheap hired help here is sent to its quarters. If you please, I'd appreciate it. Now, listen here, Yuki Butcher. Oh, hell... What do you think of that? What do you think of that, Buster? Yuki thinks we're the hired help around here. Dear me. Oh, now I don't know what to do. Now, what's the matter with you, Mrs. Saxbull? What have you got to worry about? You're the one that got Yuki into this mess and got him the way he is.
My dear Mr. Plumfront, I am reminding you that my son's name is not Yuki, it is Eugene. And the reason I am so perturbed is because now Eugene thinks you gentlemen are the hired help.
Well, listen, we don't like that any more than you do, Mrs. Saxbull.
But this alters all my plans. I was about to demand that you gentlemen leave this island immediately, but now I can't. I simply can't. Since Eugene thinks you are the hired help, I'll have to hire you gentlemen and put you on our staff.
Oh, you think so, do you? Well, just what would you do, Mrs. Saxbull, if we refused to take the job?
Oh, but you gentlemen must take the jobs. It's all part of my plan to make Eugene regain his memory.
Yes, but we're not going to do any such thing. Wait a minute, Mayor. Hey, look, she's right. Humoring Yuki along might make him regain his memory. And if he does it while we're around, he may remember who he really is, along with remembering us. So we just got to take the job. Well, okay.
What are we going to do? What are we going to do about Yuki?
Well, it seems to me that we're just going to have to take the jobs here and be part of the hired help land. Either that or get off the island.
You are so right, Mr. Plumfront. Now, have you or have you not decided to take jobs as servants here on the island?
Yes, we've decided to take the jobs, Mrs. Saxbull.
Yes, what would our duties be?
Report to the servants' quarters. You'll find them in the rear of the house. And please, try to act refined. Good day.
Yes, good day, Mrs. Saxbull.
Yes, good day, Mrs.
Good day, Mrs. Saxbull. Mrs. Saxbull's got in her summer home here.
Yeah, I heard her say that today she's going to have guests in for a swimming and sailing party. I suppose that they're going to have a buffet supper.
I suppose that we'll have to do all the serving.
Well, now, Mayor, don't feel so bad. The cream of society will be here.
Well, who cares about the cream of society? All I care about is the cream of Plumfront. What if some of the rich voters from Cincinnati happen to be up here on vacation? You know, what if they come here to Mrs. Saxbull's party and see me, their own mayor, waiting on tables? What about that?
Boy, that would be something.
Oh, I'm telling you. That there Mrs. Saxbull is out to ruin your old mayor. See, she's a member of the other political party in our town, lad. And she never did vote for me, and she just wants to embarrass me in front of my friends and fellow voters. But I'll fix her, lad. I'll fix her.
Now, Mayor, you stop talking like that. Our first concern is Yuki. We have to figure out a scheme to help him get his memory back.
Well, I can fix Mrs. Saxbull and Yuki both at the same time. I got an ID. how to make Yuki get his memory back, see? I got it whilst I was trying to think up an idea how to ruin Mrs. Saxville socially.
Now, Mayor, you're not going to do any such thing.
You want Yuki to get his memory back, don't you?
Well,
Well, what?
well, I'll go along with your idea to make Yuki regain his memory.
Okay. Now, come on, fellas. Let me tell you what I want to do here. Buster, you and the lad get Pierre, the chef, and the rest of the cooks here in the kitchen busy slicing bread for sandwiches. I'll need about a bushel of Bermuda onions cut into slices, too.
What are you making?
Oh, you'll see, lad. You just get that bread and them onions sliced by the time I get back from where I'm going, then you'll find out what it's all going to be.
Well, where are you going, Mayor?
I'm going to take the motorboat to the island. Now, what I'm going to serve at this here society party, Mrs. Saxville don't have in her icebox. You just keep those cooks busy slicing bread.
Now, where's he going, I wonder?
I don't know. But he said that what he's going to serve Mrs. Saxville doesn't have in her icebox. Wonder what it is. Some delicacy, no doubt. One that the mayor probably ran across during his many world travels.
Okay, well, let's see what it is. Maybe taste it. Well, I guess we better get busy slicing bread and onions, so we'll be ready when the mayor gets back. Hey, Big John, how many people are going to be at Mrs. Saxville's party?
I think I heard her say several hundred people, Sparkie. Why?
Well, seems to me like we've sliced about 100 loaves of bread and cut the crust off of all the slices.
Yeah, it seems to me that I've helped slice about a bushel of Bermuda onions, too. Well, my eyes are watering so. I wish I knew what the mayor intends serving Mrs. Saxville's guests.
Well, we won't have to wait long. Here he comes now.
Well, fellas, I finally got everything that we need for this here shindig. Hey, now to see the guests outside on the beach. Oh, they're all the way up the terrace. There must be a couple of hundred of them anyway.
My goodness. Don't tell me that the guests are arriving already.
Yep. Now listen, let's get busy here making these here sandwiches. Take a look at what I got.
Oh, no.
What's the matter?
No. You're not going to serve this to Mrs. Saxville's guests.
Well, just what's wrong with Limburger cheese? There's nothing wrong with a good Limburger cheese sandwich with a nice thick slice of Bermuda onion and a couple of marinated herring on the side. Come on, Buster, get to work.
Mayor, you have deliberately planned serving this so you could embarrass Mrs. Saxville before her friends.
Why, I have no such thing. Well, maybe. But I did deliberately plan serving this because it's Yuki Butch's favorite dish, and it just might bring back his memory.
Sure, Big John. If anything will bring back Yuki's memory, Limburger cheese and marinated herring will do the trick. Okay, let's get busy now making the sandwiches so we can get outside and serve the guests.
Now, first we'll serve the guests up here on the terrace, and then we'll go down and we'll serve the guests on the beach.
Mayor, when these Limburger cheese sandwiches get out in that hot sun, they're not going to be very tempting.
If anybody turns up their noses when you pass them a Limburger cheese sandwich, just hand them one of these here clothespins that I put on the tray.
Yes, have a sandwich.
Oh, thank you, young man, I'm sure. Mingle among the guests and pass out the... Oh, my goodness. What is this you are serving?
Limburger cheese, Mrs. Saxville. Here, have a clothespin. In fact, have two. They're small. And you got a nose that can take them.
Oh, how dare you serve this? This? Oh, I'm ruined. Partially ruined.
Well, I say, Mother Old Scout, what seems to be the trouble? You're in a bit of a tizzy. May I be of assistance?
Here, Yuki, have a Limburger cheese sandwich. And have a plate full of marinated herring.
Oh, well, thank you, old bean. Perfectly charming of you, don't you know?
Just cut out that highfalutin talk and take a bite of that there Limburger cheese sandwich. That's it. Take a great big bite. There. There, what do you think of that?
Oh, I say. This is delightful.
Yes.
Well, what do you call this rare and delicious delicacy?
It's,
Let me take another bite.
Yes, do.
Oh, it's charming, delightful.
That's Limburger cheese, Yuke. Eat some of that marinated herring. Yeah, how do you like that?
Fine. In fact, Real fine.
Hey, did you do that? Yuki said fine.
Yep, them's the first familiar words he has spoke since he lost his memory. Lad, I think old Yuki's getting his memory back.
Hooray, good for Yuki. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Hey, it looks like Yuki might be getting back his memory. He said fine, just like he did before he lost his memory. That's the first time he said that since he got amnesia. I hope it means he's getting his memory back. You can see Mrs. Saxel. She's stretched out on the chaise lounge there. She fainted when she found out that we're serving Limburger cheese sandwiches and marinated herring at their society party. The mayor's trying to revive her, but I don't think he'll do very well waving that Limburger cheese sandwich in front of her face like a fan. Well, I hope Yuki gets his memory back. Maybe by the bar we'll know, kids. I'll see you then.